Welcome, everybody. It's been a couple weeks. It's not Dragonbane tonight. Don't worry, Dragonbane will come back. But I thought it would be fun to play a new game, especially because there's a Kickstarter going on right now. And that is Coriolis the Great Dark, which you see before us. And here with the same crew, bunch of dudes and a lady. And we don't know this game very well, so have patience. Try not to mock us too much in the comments because, you know, we like to play this, we like to learn as we go, not have a completely deep knowledge of the rule set and then play. So learn from our mistakes. And that said, this game, the Quickstart rules, are incomplete. Just like when we ran Rittermound with a Kickstarter, there is no character creation rules. They're editing them as they speak, as we speak. So things are subject to change. I know that they've already released an update to the Kickstart rules, or the Quickstart rules, to further clarify some things. So expect some mistakes is what I'm saying. That's a long way of saying that. But anyway, nobody to thank because I didn't borrow any music. I bought some royalty-free sci-fi music. So I don't need to thank them because I had to pay for it. Let's see, what else? Check out the Kickstarter too. I think it's only got like
17 hours to go.
17 hours to go. So if you're like, what the hell is Coriolis? Go check out the Kickstarter. So yeah, we're gonna begin this thing. This is the introductory adventure that comes with the Quickstart rules, titled the Jesus, what's it called? The
Sky Machine.
The Sky Machine. I made the damn thing. I've been prepping all day, so I'm kind of brain farted right now. But anyway. Streamers, thank you for joining us, or stream viewers, and if you're watching this in the future, thank you for watching this future. Don't forget to like the stream or the VOD to continually elevate this video on the algorithmic scale. So, Coriolis the Great Dark, what the hell is this game? Well, it's a sequel to Coriolis the Third Horizon, which I've never played. I have the books, or I have the core book, I think. I'm sure Ryan's going to his shelf to get all 9 of them. Right? Is that what he's doing back there? So it's... Oh, yeah, there they are. So he's got all of them. Big surprise. And it's a science fiction game, clearly. It's not really space horror. I know it has kind of a Middle Eastern vibe to it. At least the Third Horizon did. This one does have sort of shadows of it, you might say. But it's, I believe, 200 years in the future. So really the gist is they're refugees. They got on this great ship, this massive, like, city-sized ship almost. And they fled to the far reaches of space, unknown. And they kind of got stranded. And they built this city called Ship City, not Chip City, that Matt's thought he was hearing on the Free League stream. But Ship City, S-H-I-P. And it's this massive structure that's multi-level. It's like a metropolis essentially built on an asteroid. And these 4 people, or the whole point of the game, is you are what's called an explorer. An explorer is exactly what it says. So this game was also inspired by 19th century explorations, right? So I know, like, the Terror by Dan Simmons was an influence. If you're not familiar with that, I think of a TV show and a novel. And but anyway, it has kind of this, like, maybe at the Mountains of Madness even a little bit, where you're going on this crazy expedition off into some mysterious unknown. But yeah, so that's kind of the vibe of it. I know the final rule set, or the rule book, will have like a much deeper lore and setting, and it's going to come with a campaign also, which is going to be cool to check out. But like I said, tonight we are playing pre-gens, so there are no character creation rules. We have the character sheets, and we're kind of figuring our way through it. So yeah, let's kick this thing off. Unless players, any questions? Do you have any issues accessing your tokens or anything like that? Because I put all of your character sheets in there. And you should have access to them.
Jessica realizes she has to log into Foundry.
Oh, I see.
I do not have access to my token.
Oh, you don't? Okay, well let me check the permissions here in Foundry.
Neat. You put our character sheets in here. Oh, they're not form fillable though, huh?
Yeah. No,
It's
no,
just
no.
reference. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Ryan, you are owner now. Try it now.
I got me. That's me.
All
Look at
right,
me.
cool. So let us begin. Coriolis the Sky Machine.
I'll pop out this rules room. We got to get my glintlock on a Coriolis.
Yeah, I don't know who's actually designing or who's developing the Foundry system, but it was an add-on on the Kickstarter, so I know it's coming out on the Alchemy system, which might be a cool thing to test out because
Ooh,
it comes free with a Kickstarter. And then
I
Foundry,
have, I have, and really like Alchemy. When next time I play a game, my plan was to test out Alchemy, so or run a game, which is probably never, but you know.
cool. Thanks for stopping by. Tortuga DM Studios. Yeah, check out the VOD. We'll see how this goes. I anticipate this to be probably a 2-parter, maybe 3-parter at most. It's a pretty short adventure, but it is segmented in a logical way. So we're definitely not going to finish it tonight. Hey, Sculpting Chin, what's going on? Welcome. Yeah, so let me get my notes, and we'll kick this thing off. Where are we? Intro. So I'll read this little bit. It's out of the quick start rules, so it kind of gives you the vibe of the world. But at the edge of known space, the survivors of a dying civilization have made their haven. In a hollowed out asteroid they've named Ship City, the brave and the foolish are plotting their next venture into the great dark, arguing about what secrets lay hiding in the dark space, praying for a brighter future, bragging and backstabbing to get on board the next great ship expedition into the unknown. You are one of these fools and heroes, so you are the explorers. You're the ones who are commissioned, I guess, to go on these crazy explorations, whatever it may be. And let me know if the music's too loud, guys. I don't know. On the stream, anyway. So, you guys, let me update the, where are we? Let me update the scene. Kick off the official adventure. Is this it? This is it. Boom. So you guys are in your shuttle. You are heading to an asteroid, a moon called Mubara 4. And it's orbiting this massive golden gas giant, which you guys are seeing through your viewport in your shuttle. It's overwhelming in its brightness. It's almost sun-like. But the ship, you're heading down toward the surface. You can feel the thrusters shaking as you are ready to descend upon its surface. And this golden haze is just filling the chamber you're in. So, you guys, I think it's a good time to introduce the character. So as this yellow light of the gas giant Mubara spills in through the window, it falls on a woman named Karima. So, Jess, why don't you tell us a little bit about Karima, who she is, what she looks like, and I can actually pull up your character art here so the people can check it out. View character artwork. There we go. So here is Karima. So what's Karima's story, Jess?
Great question. She is a guild soldier. What else do you want to know?
Well, give a little bit of her background. Or I can read it for you if you haven't read it
No,
yet.
I'll read it. I
Okay.
grew up under the mosaic of the dome. An orphan street kid with no home, no future. That changed when I was taken under the wings of, I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's okay.
A black toad smuggler. I found a family down in the haze, picking up a trick or two along the way. When Tape was killed in a power struggle, I left the toad behind and joined the guards. For 4 years, a gunshot wound and a scar later, I quit and joined the Explorers Guild and Jeremins few. Is that what your name is?
Speaking of Jeremy, yeah. So the way this game works, everybody out there, is like I said, you're part of a crew. So you're a family. So in a lot of RPGs, you know, people will be the tank, they'll be the magic user, they'll be the healer. They try to just do that side, you know, within the game. But in this game, it's specifically geared toward that way of playing. So you have these what they're called roles. There's like a scout, a guard, and so on and so forth, a delver. And every group of people is usually gathered around a singular person. Sometimes not. But yeah, that person is Jeremy, who is played by Ryan. So I will bring up the character art, and why don't you tell us about Jeremy?
I apparently didn't read anyone else's description because I did not realize I was the leader. It doesn't say anything about Jeremy's few in the Jeremy section of the Quickstart character sheet. Didn't even know he had a name. Cool, that's cool. Yeah, so Jeremy Naru says, I've always had a knack for finding my way, whether it's through maze-like narrows of Ship City during my youth, across the rickety bridges of Wreck Alley, or over the cavernous hulls that are dismantled in Aluminum Bay. So there's no surprise when Master Mosca discovered me and brought me into the Explorers Guild. This is my place in the guild. A horrible accident a few years ago on my first delve almost changed everything, and since then I've refused to compromise safety or endanger the lives of my crew. I carry a medallion of the uncreated spirit close to my heart to guide and protect me, and nothing like that will ever happen again, apparently, in the Jeremy's few.
The Jeremy's few. So Jeremy is definitely someone he's made a mistake, but he's vowed to never make it again, and he's very protective of his crew and cautious, perhaps. And Karima is very, I don't know, she's looking for a family, and she thinks she found a family, and she's kind of a gutter rat kind of person, but she rose up.
It's just like real life.
Yeah, just like in real life. Jeremy's an alpha. So what's interesting about Jeremy though is like he's not the typical like hard ass. At least, I mean, Ryan, you can play him however you want, but it didn't seem, based on the description, it seemed like he's more of like almost like a father figure. Like he's trying to protect his crew. So you're like, sure. All right, that's Jeremy. Up next, so the light continues to enfold everybody, and they're squinting, and the light falls upon another man, a young man named Jan. And he has a little bird on his shoulder. So Ducky is playing Jan. Why don't you tell us about Jan and this little bird you got?
Yeah. So Jan has always liked birds more than people. Same. The early years of Jan's childhood were spent climbing around in the orreries. It's so small I can't read it.
Yeah, you got it.
Of the Navigators Guild. Later, I was taken as an apprentice by Madame Boussier and taught the old arts with my bird by my side, who is named Tarek, I'm assuming?
Yep. Silent P, right?
What if the P wasn't silent?
You can call him Pateric.
It's the future.
You can call him Pateric if
like
you want.
Pterodactyl.
Yes.
Yeah, Pterodactyl.
Yes, he is Pateric. It's short for pterodactyl, for sure.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So with my bird Pateric by my side, I pored over the old tomes and scribbled calculus on every surface within reach, including, the bottom of my feet. I ran out of space everywhere else. So my love for Syrah, the sweet leaves that bring peace to my mind, proved too strong. Oh, great! I'm a drug addict.
Yeah, you're a drug addict.
And another stoner, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Recycled voices.
Yeah.
I failed my final test and never became an algebraist. Instead, I joined the Explorers Guild and Jeremy's few.
Yeah, freaking algebra. It can be tough. So
I didn't need it in the real world.
Here you are. That is Jan and the bird, Pateric or Tarek. I guess it depends on whatever he decides. And birds, just so you guys know, they're interesting. I mean, you can kind of think of like the analog as a canary in a coal mine. So often in this game, well, not often, every time, you want to have a bird, and when you go on a delve, because there's something called blight, which is a very corrupting force or mysterious corrupting force that is plaguing these surrounding asteroids and locations, and the bird is immune to it. And so the bird you send down to go create a scan, and then it sends data back to this, I think it's called like the Garuba device or something, I don't remember, but it's a device, and what it does is it gives you guys a map of the location, and it will also let you know of blight levels. And so blight levels, basically, as you're delving, you'll suffer that. It will accrue on yourself and then potentially cause terrible things to happen. But I believe most of you, if not all of you, have equipment that protects against it. But fear not, this mission is like a category 1, I believe, delve. So it's pretty light on the blight front. But yeah, the birds they're not your typical just bird looking thing. They're weird, they're strange looking, they're bird-like, of course, but material and colors and all that, and the anatomy is slightly different. And yeah, that's what's kind of cool about this game and the setting too, is like the birds are for some reason tied to the blight in a way that they're immune to it, but the actual mysteries of what the blight is, like, nobody knows. So as this golden light from the gas giant becomes so overwhelming as you guys are landing down Messima, played by Mats, why don't you tell us about Messima?
I sure will. I'm gonna try to do my best Southern accent.
Oh,
Fuck.
You guys are.
he wanted the Southern accent, right? You guys can all be Southern.
No,
that was Death in Space.
Once you hear it once, then everybody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Space equals Southern. Don't we know that?
All right.
Here we go. All right. I'm going to try to do my best Matthew McConaughey. I was born to a minor Coriolite family destined for dusty archives. However, curiosity got the better of me, and I was ousted as a juvenile after an explosive experiment in the inner sanctum went spectacularly wrong. Freed now from the shackles of expectations, I explored the underside of Ship City, the Estrella Tower, the Pringles factory, I don't know, and found friends in unlikely places, working as a crane rat and a hull welder. Welding and taking things apart changed me. It made me make sense. When the Explorers Guild started recruiting delvers, I saw my chance. Now I hack, cut, and burn my way through ruins with a smile on my face. And if I use a little bit of extra X, I mean, so what?
All right, that is Messima. So kind of nobility turned explosive expert, I guess. So there's some cool irony there. I like that. We'll see how that ties back, if it does, to her past later on.
That's why he's Southern.
So you were given a mission briefing, a single document, and my money is that Jeremy probably has it, considering he is, the head of Jeremy's Few, I guess.
Daddy.
And it basically gives you your orders, why you're here, what you are to do. I'm going to give you guys access to it, but I'm going to read it aloud for everybody in podcast land, as well as people who don't want to squint at the text. But let me give you guys access to this, and you can read it as you wish. Let me configure ownership, players, observer. So you guys, if you check your journals page, you should have something called the mission briefing. But I will read it for everybody else, and I will show it on the screen. So here we are. This is from Mosca. So Mosca is the person who runs the Explorers Guild. And you can see this is to Jerema Naru, Karima Turuk, and Messima Kander Mal, and Jan Senetek. So it reads, Friends, I apologize for the secrecy and lack of information. You are part of a rescue mission sent to assist the local mining combine authorities on Glens Point, a prospecting outpost on the asteroid moon Mubara 4. Here is the situation. 3 days ago, 5 prospectors disappeared while staking a claim. Their last communication was a brief message informing us of a sudden spike in blight levels and that the group had discovered a previously unknown structure they were investigating. The station chief, Leah Calvinetes, immediately sent a rescue team to assist. However, they were forced to turn around due to blight in the area. Yesterday, we received an informal request for assistance from experienced ruin divers from the mining combine. This is where you come in. We suspect the prospectors encountered a blight pocket, likely with catastrophic results, though not certain. It is your job to go down there, investigate, and assist any surviving prospectors. We expect this to be a Class 1 delve. With your experience and professionalism, it should be an easy task. A secondary objective is to locate and retrieve any artifacts that may be found within the structure. As usual, artifacts are expected to be handed over to the Explorers Guild once you return. Compensation, this is what you guys all want to know. As this is a Class 1 mission, you will each be issued 500 dirham upon return. I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know how the currency works in this, but that's what you're going to get. You will receive a bonus of 1,000 dirham for any major artifact and 500 for lesser ones. Come back safe, Moscow. So those are your orders. That is your briefing. And finally, after seemingly endless minutes, you guys make contact with the surface of Mubara 4. It's a very desolate surface. It's gray, with the exception of the light from this massive gas giant just spilling over the surface. And in fact, it's quite overwhelming. You guys exit outside, and it's incredibly windy out here. There's just like space dust everywhere. You guys, the air is breathable, but you have to wear masks to filter the air. So you guys are stalking out, unless there's anything you guys want to do, have a conversation, whatever, while you're on the ship, right as this thing plants down.
Well, are we establishing Southern across the board, or does everyone have their own ideas? If he starts it, it's going to be hard for me not to do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, here we go. Giddy up.
All right.
You like the sound of Pateric.
All right. So we come from the southern side of Ship City.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. I guess so.
Mats. Someone said, before we get going, someone
Yeah.
said you have to say shit sore in a southern accent, though.
Oh, I like that. Shit sore.
That's the southern way of saying it.
Shit
know
sore.
what that
Man, I am shit sore.
All right.
No, it's Darrow's shit sore or whatever it is. That's what they're referring to.
Well, shit sore.
Wound.
Man, this shuttle ride's made me shit sore. I don't know about you guys. Let's get out of here.
Go.
About that.
Okay, so you guys want to move on, exit the craft. Anything you want to do before you head on out?
No, not really. Do we want to do a quick rules rundown, or are we just gonna, like, when we run into something?
Yeah,
like,
I think I'm
talk it
gonna.
out?
Yeah, I want to take it
Okay.
slow, and then so you guys will know that there will be. So this, just like any RPG, I would argue, should be played. You only roll when things are, there's stakes involved. However, I think because this is an introductory adventure, there are some like non-stakey, low stakes, you might say, rolls that will happen. I think it's just to kind of get a feel for the system. So I will alert you when those pop up. But yeah, we'll talk about rules as we progress. Okay, so you guys walk out onto the surface, like I said, very desolate. In the distance, you do see the outpost. So it's weathered, it's beaten to hell. It's been here a long time. You notice a big glass dome though at the very rear of it, and there's like old red and yellow paint scratched up. But you can see that in the distance. But before that, right before you, not too far away, you see a man, and he looks like a prospector. He's very he's dressed very not sparsely. I don't want to say that. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, he's a prospector. Let's
Sexy.
say that. Sexy. And he's standing by this rover. And he approaches you, and he just says, "Welcome. Throw your equipment in the rover over here." And he just kind of turns and walks away. Didn't give you his name, nothing. But he goes to the rover. He opens up a hatch, and he kind of like folds his arms and leans against the back of it.
Now, Karama, you may want to lower your gun there. I know you wanted to shoot him. I saw you. Put your gun down.
You're clipping a little, Mats. I don't know if your mic.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Probably the southern cool accent.
Must be. Okay, but while you guys are here, you get an even better view of this massive gas giant, and it is overwhelming. It's almost as if it's looming above you. It feels almost as if it's going to just smash you like a bug. So speaking of rules, what I need everybody to do, because this is a frightening sight, overwhelming sight, I need you to roll me an insight check. So in this game, this is a Year Zero engine game. It's a dice pool system, meaning so if you guys open your character sheets and you look for insight, you will see a number beside it. That is your attribute number in that. That designates how many dice you're going to roll. It's always a d6. So if your insight is a 4, you're going to roll 4d6. If it's a 3, 3d6, so on and so forth. And the way successes work are pretty easy. If you roll a 6, you succeed. If you roll multiple 6s, there might be benefits to that. So you can have excessive successes, and it makes more sense in combat or like social encounters and stuff like that. Probably not so much in this one. But yeah, that's the gist. So there is no Foundry system yet. So what you guys are going to have to do is go to the little dice tray at the bottom. And if you just click on the D6 like 5 times or however many it is, it'll auto add it up. Okay, so Messima rolls 46, and she gets no successes. Okay, Jan gets 1 success.
Insight.
Oh, I should probably click them on this so people can see what's going on. And then we just need a roll from Karima and Jeraman as they are taking in this frightening sight.
So just 4. So if my insight's 4, I roll 46.
Yep. Oh, look at those space dice.
Ooh.
Karama, you roll.
Double 6s, baby.
Oh, double 6s. Okay, we got our first multiple success. And it looks like Karima also succeeded. So the only person who failed was Messima, I believe. So you are just frightened. I mean, you dropped to your knees. You're almost cowering in fear, even though you are a formidable sight yourself, right? And I need you to... Go ahead. What?
No, carry on.
Okay, I need you to lose 1 hope. So if you check on your character sheet, you can see that you have a hope meter. So you just need to lose 1 hope.
Man.
And we'll talk more about that as the game progresses, how that works. So everybody else is able to withstand the grandeur of the gas giant. So anyway, the prospector who welcomed you with very few words. Like I said, he's standing over by the rover with his arms crossed, waiting expectantly for you to remove all of your equipment from your shuttle into the rover.
Yeah, I'll walk over to let me look at the names here. Messima, kind of like, falling to his knees for this gas giant, and I'll just, kind of get in the way of his view. Yeah, clap him on the shoulder, kind of pull him up, and I'm like, all right, I know it's a lot, but you'll be all right. Just take a breath. Why don't you just avert your gaze and go grab some gear out of the back? Why don't all you go grab some gear and let's get this guy on his way?
All right, Daddy.
That's right, and I clap him on the ass when he walks away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
We're Southern,
I think
so this is
Messima's
family,
I think
you know what I
Messima's
mean?
a lady, so that makes it even more.
Wait, Messima, are you a
Interesting.
lady?
I don't know.
Looks like it.
Decided.
Oh, if it's lady, I did not do that.
I don't know. It looks like a lady, but I guess it can be whatever you want.
because
Looks
Miss
like a
Emma's got long
lady.
hair, like me.
Okay. Well, you can be a dude. You can be a dude. All right.
You
So
can be anything you want to be.
it can be anything you want to be. This is a game. We can be anything we want to be. So you guys, I guess, loading up all of the equipment in the back of the rover, and this man who still says no other words to you, closes it, and he just kind of nods, opens the door, and you guys have you are free to enter the rover.
Much obliged.
He just grunts and gets into the driver's seat. Okay, so is everybody getting in?
Yep.
Okay.
We're all loaded up.
All right, you guys
Are we
all get in the
driving?
rover.
Are we driving towards the gas giant?
No, well, the gas giant it's obviously, you're orbiting the gas giant, so...
Yes, but are we, like, I mean, you can sort of drive in the direction of the sun.
yeah, I
for
guess,
example.
okay, yeah, sure, let's say why not. Yeah, you're driving in the direction of
All
the
right,
gas
so
giant.
Messama's going to keep there, head down.
Okay.
And looking at that giant ball. It's a giant ball of gas, dude.
Okay. So you guys drive for a little bit, just accompanied by the hum of the wheels on the rocks. You hear some popping as rocks are kicked up on the wheel wells and so on and so forth. But as you guys are continuing about, I don't know, let's say about 20 minutes, you see another ship in the distance. It's landed. You didn't see it when you landed. It's white and it's sleek. And it looks crazy expensive. It's like nothing you've ever seen. And you do see there's workers offloading equipment as well. But the driver, he doesn't even bat an eye. He just kind of keeps going forward, not paying attention.
They're unloading from this fancy white ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Are there any identifiers or emblems?
Yeah, why
on the
don't
ship?
you, as you get a closer look, why don't you roll me a logic roll, Ducky? So find your logic and give me a logic roll. Okay,
I'll take it.
you have one success. So, what you gather in seeing this, you know, you're from Ship City. You put two and two together. It appears to be most likely owned by a wealthy Coriolite. And so in this game, we already mentioned that with Messima's background. But the Coriolites, they're an important union of clans and families of Ship City known for their obsession with the old horizon, meaning the past, meaning like the third horizon, game one. Intricate rituals and spectacular sense of fashion. So you do know that they often wear strange garb, gregarious garb, and like masks even at times. So, yeah, that's what you gather from this. So you presume this is most likely owned by a wealthy Coriolite.
Or them.
I'll let the group know just a bunch of fancy pants over there, quite literally.
Okay.
Would Messima maybe know the name of this family?
No, there's no. So Jan gives you this information, but there's no indicators of any kind of like family name or anything like that. So the Coriolites are, you know, a group of people, like I said, obsessed with the past. But yeah, there's nothing you can discern from the ship itself, other than, as Jan mentioned, most likely owned by a wealthy Coriolite. So, as you guys drive further in, you make it to a dock. You see this, you see the outpost rising from the horizon. It's just even more battered the closer you get. It doesn't look like it's doing so hot. But you guys pull up and dock. And let me change the map really quick.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's a little map to orient yourself. So you guys are at the entrance. This man you never got his name. He pulls up, stops the rover, gets out, and just kind of walks into one of the buildings, leaving you guys yourselves. But you do see a woman approaching. She's kind of, again, there's a lot of dust being blown. There's heavy winds all the time here, and she kind of has her hand visored over her eyes as if to shield it, not just from the dust, but from the light, from the blinding light of the gas giant. So, this is who you see. Let me find her here. This is the woman who approaches you. She kind of dusts her hair off as she gets in the rover, and she slips inside to get out of the weather. She takes a moment to collect herself, breathe slowly, almost as if something's on her mind. And she turns around and looks at all of you with a forced smile and says, "Welcome. You've been highly spoken of, so Mosca's word is great here. So I look forward to your assistance in this matter. It's grave importance. And anyway, let's get back to my office, and I can give you more details."
No. Oh. All right. And what was your name, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can kind of tell she looks tired. She has, bags under her eyes, dark circles. Her hair's frazzled. It seems more so than from the wind outside. I'm sorry. Chief Leah Calvanites. So this is the woman who was mentioned in the mission brief.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm German of German's Few. This year is Karima. That's Jan. That's Messma. I'm glad we were spoken so highly of Master Mosca. I appreciate the work always.
Very good.
Let's head on inside. Okay. Mosma's a bit taken aback by some of this vastness, I guess you could say.
Aren't we all? And she gives you a tight-lipped smile and waits for you to get your equipment and leads you to an office. And this office has, where are we? So she leads you into this office, which again, there's a fan turning overhead. There's just like this persistent haze coming through the windows with the drawn blinds. There's machinery beeping. There's computer equipment. It's kind of a mess. It's in disarray. But she takes a seat at her desk. And she hands you this, a prospecting claim, which I will let you own right now as well. So these are the ones who disappeared 5 days ago. So I will show it for the stream here. So this is what the players get, dear viewers. It outlines the individuals. So we have Birsa Lovada, who is a driller. We have Nev Ringa, also a driller. Ankar Rove, driller. I think I'm reading that backwards, maybe not. Jahamala Kaif, who's a machinist. And Rez Otreb, surveyor. And they note at the item the fissure X2432, work area, etc., etc. And then you can see also that Leah was the supervisor for this claim. So she hands that over to you guys. You're reading it, and she says, anyway, there was a rescue crew sent to their last known location. We found their abandoned rover there. It was close to this massive fissure in the ground. And we have since taken the rover back, though. We did not leave it to fall in or who knows what. There was one survivor, however, and that man is named Rez Otreb. We found him nearby the fissure, exposed to the elements. Very close to death, but not only were the elements he was exposed to, but blight itself. So we took him to the medical ward. He's in isolation as we speak. I don't know if you should go see him, but I don't know what information he might give. He doesn't speak, doesn't really move, but you know, he's in the medical ward if you'd like to see him. Also, tonight, the moon is going to enter its dark phase. And for the next 3 days, the site of Mubara 4 will be shrouded in complete darkness. There will be a supper tonight at the observatory. It's a tradition every time we enter a dark phase. And it's a good way to set off explorers on adventure of good luck. And yeah, and she's kind of, again, fidgeting, looking down a lot. She seems like she has other stuff on her mind. Why don't you guys all roll me an empathy?
I think I have none of that.
No empathy? Clearly not. Messima definitely has no empathy. Only a 2. Oh, but Jan succeeded. Karama didn't.
Double
German
one.
didn't.
Double one.
So, Jan, you are perceptive. You're a perceptive guy, even though you failed your algebra tests. And yeah, you notice that yeah, her nervousness seems to rise and get more agitated as when she mentioned Rez Atreb's name. But you think it might be more than just the fact that he's afflicted by blight. And there was hesitation in her voice when she requested that you not visit him, that it's probably worthless, that she advised against it. But that's what you gain. You also gain, it just feels like she might be hiding something, basically. But you can't quite tease out what that might be.
So yeah, I'm gonna notice that, she's kind of got her nerves up. So I'm gonna take a little piece of my Sira leaf.
Okay, your
And-
drugs.
Yeah, since it's used to calm nerves, I'm gonna go ahead and just rip off a little piece and here, chew this. You seem a little nervous.
Okay, she regards you and she examines the leaf, and you can see a gleam of recognition. And she takes it from you. Thank you. And she puts it in her lip and starts to chew. And you can see that it does appear to have the desired effect. She seems to calm down a little bit. Her eyes look a little bit less tired. But yeah, she kind of well, feel free. You have the run of the outpost, if you will. There's not many of us here. There's a place called the Canteen where many prospectors get together and have a drink or a meal. But there's a little bit of time before supper tonight. So do as you wish. But I need to get back to work, and I will see you later tonight.
I had a question.
Yeah.
About this prospecting claim. Maybe I'm dumb and I'm not paying attention. What is the ST period 30, the ST 28? Like what are those? What does that mean?
Let's see. Where are we talking about? ST 30.
It's like it's all like
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. ST permit, safety check, signed rights, waiver. Yeah, I don't know what the ST is actually. So, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. And the adventure didn't tell me either, so it must not be that important. Okay, so yeah, she kind of turns around, gets back to her work and shuffling papers around and kind of pecks at her keyboard a little bit. But she seemed to be ignoring you as you guys are still in her little cramped office with the golden light of Mubara drifting in.
You said we have a place to put our stuff and
Yeah, you
like
can
gather ourselves. Like
you
we have
can
rooms
stow
or
it.
something?
Yeah. So you can stow it. There's let me bring back the map so you guys can see the
All right.
locations that you guys can visit. So,
I'll shuffle the people out of the office as we're doing that, and just all right. Let's let the lady get to work. Come on. Let's go. Let's move.
okay. So yeah, this is the map. This is the entirety of Gillen's Point. So you guys are right here, the station chief's office. The canteen she mentioned is right here, which is like a bar. There's the medical ward right here. That's where she said Rez Otreb is being stationed. The observatory is up here, where you guys are supposed to go meet later for this supper to celebrate the dark side, I guess, as well as kick off your exploration. And then finally, the loading docks down here. This is going to be where everybody gets ready for the expedition. So that's where you kind of get all your equipment together, pack it up in a rover, and head on out.
Do we see other people walking around?
Yeah, you do. So you see people kind of shuffling about here and there. However, it doesn't feel to be very densely populated at all. For the size of this place, it's almost like a ghost town. You'll just see a person walk in, close the door, shuffle around, but yeah, not many.
Could I use my insight to kind of like get the general vibe or mood of the place?
You want to just
facial expressions and stuff like that?
Okay, yeah. It might be. Let me see here really quick here. Just like how the people you are seeing or like what they're exuding, kind of their demeanor and stuff, or what do you exactly? I guess tell me what you're trying to do, and then we can see if you need a roll.
Yeah, so kind of see like if there's maybe, because it seemed like she may have been hiding something, to see if there's maybe something going on behind the scenes that's either freaking the people out, or maybe people are their nerves are high too, on edge.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, why don't you give me another, whatever you want. I guess it would be another insight roll if you're looking for that specifically. So that's your sharpness, or if you'd like to do perception too, I'd allow that. If you can get a deeper
empathy
read.
sounds, because it's like social intelligence and like stuff like that too. So like empathy would also be an option too. It's weird. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game that has like 3 different mind stats. It's like half of them, or 4 even.
Yeah, it's kind of There's logic, perception, insight, and empathy. Yeah, empathy's like your charisma, basically. Insight's your mental. It seems like insight a lot. It's mental stability and sharpness. Perception is awareness and vigilance. Logic is intelligence and power of deduction. So you could even do a logic roll, I guess, if you'd like to. Well, that's a lot of dice. And you got a success. So Jan rolled, 1 success. So yeah, you see a couple of people. You kind of wait outside. They're all kind of, their heads are often downturned. It seems like they're trying to get inside as quickly as they can, but you think it's more than the weather. There is kind of like just this sense of like this somber tone everywhere. Like you don't know if they're mourning the loss of the crew, or if maybe something that happened to Rez here frightened them. But yeah, they don't. You'll see a couple of people pass each other, and they don't even. It's almost like they're not even there, the other person. So they don't regard each other. They don't talk to each other. They appear to be on their own schedules.
I got a feeling something else is going on around here. I say we keep an eye out.
I mean, what makes you say that, Jan?
Just the look on people's faces tells me that they've seen something.
Probably the goddamn gas giant. Maybe.
That might do it.
Well, I think most people out here have seen it once or twice, Massimo. You'll get used to it, trust me.
I hope so.
Okay, so you guys are outside of the station chief's office.
Could Messima mosey their way down to the loading docks and try to see if there's any any more information to glean on that fancy ship.
Oh, you want to go ask? Okay, what the white ship is? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you go over there, and there's a gentleman, kind of you know, greasy hands, greasy face, and he's working on a rover. So he's underneath it. You hear some clanking. You hear some cursing, but he doesn't
Need
notice
some
you.
help with that, partner?
I got it. But thanks.
I see you do. Not a problem. Hey, so, did I just see one of the Coriolis family's ships outside?
Oh yeah. They're I've heard they're here on maintenance. I don't know what one of those rich fellas is doing out here, but there's a couple of them, or a few of them, I should say, wearing orange jumpsuits. I saw them moving around a little bit ago. I think they went off to the canteen, where everybody goes, where I'm about to go in a few minutes once I get this frickin' thing done.
Interesting. Thank you kindly, sir.
Yeah, of course. And he goes back to his work. So did everybody follow Messima to the loading dock? I guess you guys could bring your equipment there to get ready, you know, for the expedition when the time comes. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, we could all head down there. We probably all like moseyed on down there, and I wouldn't be surprised if Messa just like dropped the stuff for a second and walked over and had that conversation.
Okay.
As he's coming back, I'll ask. Anything?
I'm not really sure. They, well, this guy was talking about orange jumpsuits. But, yeah, something about maintenance. So maybe they're just bouncing off of this little moon here on their way to somewhere else.
Interesting. Karima, what? I don't know if I think Jan's right. Something doesn't quite feel right here, and I think our boss lady there said we got 3 days of darkness coming up. Stay sharp. All right.
Will do.
Okay. So eventually the gentleman who's repairing the rover brushes himself off. He goes over to a sink and tries to get the grime off his hands, slicks back his hair, and nods to all four of you and heads off out the door. What was the D12?
That was an accident.
Oh, I thought you were like, I don't know, being like, I'm gonna do this if I get a 1. I'm gonna do this if I get it. Okay. So yeah, you guys are alone in the loading docks right now.
Yeah, I guess we drop off some stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, there's plenty of areas to you find, in fact, spots that you can stow away your gear.
Yeah. I'm taking my bombs, by the way. I'm not leaving them here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be very careful of. I mean, outside you said was fine. We just need like rebreathers and stuff, right? That's where we were. Like just like masks.
Yeah, exactly. So once you go outside, it's just this constant wind, and yeah, you got to wear an air filter. But yeah, you can. It's not like a helmet or anything. Yeah.
Pressurized system or anything.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, keep your important bits on you. Like I said, especially Karima, keep something that you can protect us from. Yeah, if you keep getting these feelings, you let us know. And why don't we stow our stuff, and how y'all feel about heading to the canteen? I think she said something about supper, and I could fucking eat.
Hey, Jeremy. My stomach hurts again. I just want to let you know. You said let you know.
Well,
That was the feeling you were talking about, right?
Yeah, no, I definitely would love to hear about your GI issues, but I was more thinking about the that gut feeling you had with our boss. You know, like
Oh, that gut feeling. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
But no, if you would like to keep me up to date on your movements, you just I got you.
Right. I'll put you down for Tuesday.
Perfect.
Would it be absolutely crazy to walk on over to the medical ward since we're right here and maybe have a little chat with this? I can't remember their name. Trip.
Oh, we got sound bugs. So Xerox, is it the music or the voices?
The voices are doing that real staticky.
Ah,
cutting everything
okay.
again.
Let's try this again.
It sometimes just kicks up again. There we go. Works now. No, wait. Still there.
Yeah, I've
try
noticed
this.
my the stream that I have up over here for me has been buffering a lot.
Really?
Yeah, but that could be me.
Well, let's see what happens here.
It's not coming from you, Jason. It's coming from all of us. So it's probably something with the source from Zoom.
The Zoom source. Okay. Well, let us know, stream, if it's still happening. I think it was Foundry last time that was causing the issue, and I just changed the Foundry audio. So Xerox, if you are there.
I guess we should talk a bit.
Yeah, we should talk about it.
Just to make sure that they actually got sound to listen to.
Yeah, it's still happening.
It's still happening.
Okay, well, shit. Alright, well. Let me add another audio. Can you guys talk? Is it me too, or is it just the
No,
the
it's
Zoom
just-
guys? Just Zoom. Only when one's talking
It's
other
just
than
all
me.
of us.
Man.
Who's hosting the Zoom call?
I think it's an OBS thing.
Jason sounds perfect.
Yeah,
Other-
it's an OBS thing. So let me do a.
Stamp this, stamp.
Application audio capture. Let's try this. Zoom. All right, how about now? Can you guys talk, please?
Testing,
Of course we
testing.
can.
1, 2.
How does this
3.
sound?
Problem.
No one and Xerox.
Echoing.
We're echoing? Oh, it works. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Anyway. Keep us posted if things are getting weirder again. But yeah, so anyway, go ahead, Messima.
Right. Well, Karama, I believe you were the one because it says you triple check everything. So I imagine that you want to go talk to that survivor guy to make sure that we know everything we can know before we hop on down and do our little delve.
I reckon you're right. Where's the survivor?
Probably over at the medical ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we headed towards the food place? Food place.
The canteen.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
have to go
Why?
Soldier.
through the med ward to get there, right?
All right. Let's gather in here. Right. We know that this guy apparently the boss lady said that we shouldn't go visit, quote unquote, because she's shady, but also because he is highly contagious with blight right now, right? Now, Jan, doesn't your
I'm
bird help with that a
I,
bit?
I was gonna say I could clear the blight from the area, but I don't know if I could clear it from the man.
Well, so the
I
bird
think
can't clear it. The bird is immune to it. So and it can let you know what blight levels there are. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it can
Why?
clear blight from a place.
Oh yeah, it has a clear blight.
Oh, it has a clear blight ability. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me. See, learning the game. Learning the game.
Yeah. It literally says clear blight plus 2. Clear all blight from one location for one shift. Perfect. So why don't? All right, because we need to be careful, because that is Jeremy's whole thing. What is my quirk? I have a quirk, but I don't know if we talked about quirks. I do have one. I'm superstitious. I'll decide about what. So let's do this. Why don't we split up for a little bit? Mesma, were you planning to do any more poking around with any more of these orange jumpsuit mechanic people or nothing? Are you good?
Well, I was thinking about heading down to the canteen.
All right. Why don't you and I head to the canteen? And why don't you, Karima, stay with Jan, watch his back, and Jan, as surreptitiously as you can, why don't you protect yourself from the blight as much as possible and see if you can have a conversation with this gentleman?
Well, I ain't got no syrup, but I could have Derek. Go ahead and check it out.
All right. Meet up with us in whatever 30 minutes of Coriolis space time is in the canteen. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All
Yeah.
right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Playing daddy just right,
break.
I guess, right? Yeah, break.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys do know, though, that so this guy, Rez, is in an isolation chamber in the medical ward. So he is isolated, meaning just going to the medical ward is not going to affect you. So if you maybe decided to go see him inside the isolation tank, maybe, or the isolation room, but that's what you know. So,
Hey, better safe than sorry.
yep, just letting you guys know. So we are splitting the party, but it's you know, there's no enemies around yet. We don't think anyway. So what do you where do we want to go first? I'll let you guys choose. Do you want to go to the canteen, or do we want to go to the medical ward?
We can go to the canteen and let the others read up on their characters some more. I don't know.
Okay, all right, canteen it is. All right, let me get you guys there. So you guys walk into this joint. It's this low-ceilinged, octagon-shaped room that's about 10 meters across. There's metal tables and chairs scattered about. You do see people seated here and there. And in fact, the very back of the room by the windows, you see a group of people wearing orange clothing. They're all drinking. They're all huddled around together, talking to someone else. To it seems like a leader, perhaps. But yeah, that's what you guys see. Who went to the canteen anyway?
Is there a table near
Yeah,
them?
yeah, and there's also other people here too. There's like a small, you know, a handful of other, looks like prospectors as well. Looks like some of the people Jan saw wandering in the street, maybe here to drown their sorrows or their grief. Who knows? But there's some people kind of seated at a bar, some at a table. So there are other people to approach as well if you'd like.
Messima, you're a Coriolis, aren't you? You got family that's Coriolis?
I do.
All right. Well, when he turns around, I smack him on the ass.
I smack him on the ass.
All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around, I smack him on the ass. All right. When he turns around
Yes, sir.
But you don't recognize any of these orange jumpsuit situations?
No, I was thinking. I don't know. It looks like they're here from some kind of prison, but wrong century for that. I'm just gonna go over and sit by one of these empty tables over here and maybe drop some eaves.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna post up over there. I can see when the rest come in, and you give me a nod if you want to head in your direction and see what you can hear.
Copy that, Daddy-O.
I'd like to hear.
Okay, as you guys are kind of, taking your places, you get a few looks, and then they turn back to whatever they're doing, drinking, smoking, whatever it was, having a conversation. They don't seem particularly interested in your presence at the moment. And it's Karima, Jeramin, and Massima, right? Or who went to the
Nope.
medical?
I thought Karima was staying with Jan to
Oh,
watch over
okay.
him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I guess for now, Jeramin and Massima, what would you guys like to do?
I'm just sipping, observing, letting Messima kind of get closer to them.
Okay. So, Massima, what are you doing?
Well, I am gonna start by listening and see if I can hear anything useful. Maybe something,
Dropping some eaves?
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you get close enough, and it sounds like they're cheerily talking about past exploits, things like that. It almost appears. You know what? Why don't you roll me a Let's see here. The abilities. Still learning the abilities here.
Perception, maybe?
Yeah, give me a perception. Oh, double successes. Interesting. So, you hear them talking about that, but you also hear something else. You hear one gentleman speak of what almost sounds like you. Because you didn't see anybody else arrive on a shuttle recently within the last hour. And he says something under his breath, and then he gets elbowed after that. And he kind of goes back to talking about things that are a little more appropriate, I guess, for people sitting too close. But yeah, it was almost as if they're speaking about your presence in a negative light. This one guy.
Do they mention Coriolis in any way, shape, or form?
The Coriolites?
Yes, I am looking for a way into the conversation.
Oh, you're trying to get it. No, they don't mention anything about the Coriolite. It almost appears as if they're putting up like a ruse. Like they're talking loudly, drinking a lot. They're trying to like put on like a facade almost. That's kind of how you're reading the situation. And then one of them looks over as you kind of are leaning in, I guess, a little bit. Oh, why don't you come on over? And he kicks out a chair. There's an extra chair nearby. The more the merrier.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, so they part to let you sit down. And you see, she was kind of occluded by some of the taller guys on the side of the table you're at. But it's another woman. And she is right here. So you see her. And she stands up. And she throws her arms out, welcoming you. Well, well, well. More heroes to save the day, I see.
Our reputation precedes us, I guess. What's your name there?
I am called Zera. I am the leader of these flunkies here. And I would love nothing more than to offer you some grass wine. We've been drinking far too much of it ourselves, and you look to be in need of some excitement. It's a pretty glum place around here, isn't it? Kind of.
It is.
Things
I
are
don't
falling
know if
apart,
you-
and yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's a giant ball of gas over there. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's quite a sight, isn't it? Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes away during the entire journey that we were landing.
I prefer not to look at it. But sure, why don't you have some of my Dr. Zwego's fungus jerky?
I love how you guys are offering the other random stuff on your character sheet. Dr. Zwego's jerky. So you're gonna hand her some drinks. Like, I've never heard of it, but it sounds fantastic. I feel
I'm
like
always eating this stuff.
it's a worthy
It's great.
exchange. It's a worthy exchange for some grass wine, and she pours you a glass and slides it across the table, and it totters on the edge, but stays still. Still got it.
Now, where are you guys heading from?
Oh,
where
Ship
you
City,
heading
Ship
to
City,
and,
of course. Oh,
coming
where
from?
we're heading to. So Ship City,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, that's where we all are. I'm sure that's where
Right.
you came from. But yeah, we're here to do some maintenance work. I mean, you can see this place is falling apart. And
That is true,
she
yeah.
turns around and picks like a little bit off the wall, and it just crumbles to dust. Yeah, no, unfortunately, no prospecting for us, no rescue mission for us. But I hear that's what you're here for.
Well, maybe. We don't know. I don't know if we can talk about it. Secrecy and discretion is a key word for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. But if you are, or if you are not, I wish you the best of luck. And she scoops up a little glass and goes in for a cheers. And the other guys, she kind of elbows them, and they grunt and raise their glasses. Tell me one thing. Why is your friend sitting alone? Or is he not your friend and you guys just happen to arrive at the same time?
Nah, I mean, it's just that Daddy likes his alone time sometimes, you know?
Oh, he's your daddy. Okay.
Well, that's what we call him.
Oh. No judgment here. I see. Well, I mean, he's welcome to have a drink with us if he'd like, but no pressure.
I can go ask him.
Sure. Why not? We'll still be here. Not on the clock yet.
Hey, Jerman. I am also regretting this accent now. Hey, Jerman.
You can always change it.
Nope,
I-
we're committed at this point. Yes, Massimo. What can I do for you?
Wanna grab a drink with these orange jumpsuity fellers?
Well, why not? It's never a bad time to make new friends. How y'all doing over there? And I'll mosey. I'll mosey.
Okay.
I'll also do the spin the chair around, sit at the table, kind of backwards, arms over the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So she stands up again and greets you, and she bows and she says, Zera Vendau at your service. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
It's German Naru of the German Few. Just realized that rhymes.
I like how it
Yeah.
rhymes. Clever.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need a little bit lightheartedness with this terrible work. Well, not me, but you have to do, allegedly. That's what I hear. Not many prospectors out here, and I saw that you landed quite recently. I saw the chief talking to you as well, so forgive me for prying, but you know, it's hard to look away when there's not much else to look at.
Well, I wouldn't call it terrible work. Dangerous, exciting, I would say that for sure, but I wouldn't call it terrible at all. I mean, it is a calling. We all have ours. You have yours. Apparently, yours is to, why are you so bright? That is quite the jumpsuit, I must say.
Well, with everything so bleak and gray, with the exception of Mubara herself, one can get lost in the darkness, and so we pride ourselves on the bright clothing. It's fun. It also lightens the mood, and but also makes us visible. So yeah, that's why we're wearing what we wear.
Inside check.
What are you trying to do?
That sounds like complete bullshit to me.
Are you gonna say that, or are you gonna try to?
Messima isn't going to say that, but she, of course, knows, or they know, that if you want to be a bright light, you light your electronic or electric lantern.
Oh.
Wear a county prison suit.
Okay.
I'd like to roll insight.
Yeah, I'll give you a roll if you want to see if she's full of shit. Oh, you got one success. Yeah, there is a little glimmer of bullshittery going on. There's something about the way she speaks, the way her eyes kind of flick to the side, that belies her demeanor. So, yeah, you're not quite buying her story 100%. She appears to be, let's say, a little more important than a standard maintenance worker, at least to your knowledge. She looks a little hardened, a little weather-worn, like she's done more than just fix things.
Can I ask you, Zara? Have you been in the military?
Military? Of course not.
No? All right.
No, I detest all manner of violence.
Yeah, me too, he says, hiding his breach charge that he brought with him.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot you brought your bombs. Yeah, Gen 1 EXC. I like the idea of everyone calling Jeremy Daddy. Maybe that's what's going to happen. We'll see. Okay, let's switch over to the medical ward briefly and see what's going on over there. So, yeah, you show up. Let me move this into frame here. So you guys walk into this medical ward, and it is just as nasty as everything else around here. There's dirt on the floor, just scum, rust, everything you can think of. There's a viewing window that's looking outside, and there's some kind of like heavy luminescence, some kind of light, but it looks like it's like this recessed thing coming from the ceiling. And a gentleman walks out. He's kind of in the corner. He looks very, very flustered. As flustered, if not more flustered, than the chief who you met earlier, Leah. Let me get the thing here. So this is the guy. He turns around in a chair. And he has these glasses on and some kind of strange headgear. It appears to be maybe like a medical device, you know, for observation or so. You have no idea, really. And he just kind of deflates when you walk in. He kind of swivels around. Can I help you? Can I help you?
Yeah, we're here to just give a little bit of company and talk to a patient that you might have in here.
Well, I have a few. Who are you looking for exactly? There's
I
three
believe he
individuals
was,
with the fog here, as they call it. Some light blight exposure.
I believe he was a man that goes by the name of Rez.
Ah, Rez, yes. He's not doing so well, but and you can see this guy kind of keeps looking over his shoulder, looking back to his work as if he's a very busy man. Yeah, he's isolation chamber. He doesn't speak. He doesn't move. He might as well be dead. He's in a bad way, let's say. But contamination is low. I see to him personally myself without any kind of protection. But you'll see. You'll see. If you, I don't know why you want to go in there, unless you have some kind of sick. I don't know. Anyway, I must get back to work. And he kind of turns around and starts shuffling papers and doing things. Busy work. So, you guys are standing here. He pointed you to the isolation chamber. If you'd like to go in.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a couple of my Syrah leaves and kind of roll them up and plug both nostrils.
Oh, I like this. Okay.
Yeah,
So
just in case.
You're
You
overcome
never
by the sweet Syrah scent. Okay. What about Karima? What is she doing in all this with this doctor kind
A
of...
dog.
What'd you say? Did you say raw dog in it?
Yeah, I have nothing to cover my face, so I'm
Oh, okay.
gonna risk the blight.
Well, he did inform you that, it's fine.
Yeah.
He appears to be a medical doctor, so maybe he knows what he's doing. Okay,
I mean,
so you guys...
I'm a medical doctor.
You guys walk in and you see this gentleman. He is on a table. He is strung up with all kinds of wires. He has a pale gray skin. He doesn't look like he's moving whatsoever. But one thing you do notice, the veins in his body, they are like standing out from his skin, almost as if they're being pulled by an unseen force. Like trying to be completely torn from him.
Hmm. That is
Does it
not-
look like he's conscious? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Does it look like he's conscious?
Oh, yeah.
If you concentrate after you kind of collect yourself from the terrible sight of this man, you do see a slow rise and fall of his chest. So it appears as if he is alive.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the door behind us.
Okay.
Are there any cameras in the room?
You don't see any.
I'm gonna take a closer look.
At him?
Yeah.
Okay, you get closer.
So I guess I'm a doctor. I have a doctor talent, so I want to just see if it looks like anything familiar or if I notice anything weird aside from his veins trying to come out of his skin.
Yeah, like I said, he's just his skin is pale and gray. He does look like a corpse. But as you get closer, you can see his veins again stretching against the skin, pushing toward the skin, and they're slowly throbbing with a pulse. You can see blood rushing in and out. But yeah, that's pretty much what you see.
Can I do some doctor things like hit his knee, see if his leg kicks?
You want to touch him?
I don't know. Does it seem safe?
I mean, he's affected with blight. You don't really know if it's contagious, but the doctor outside seemed to allay your fears that it was because he tends to him. But you don't really know.
Hmm. Okay. Maybe I won't touch him then.
Are his eyes open?
No, his eyes are closed.
Actually, you know what? I triple check everything. I'm gonna hit his knee and see if his leg kicks.
Okay. You do this, and he starts violently spasming.
Oh shit.
The
Well,
tubes.
that's not what I thought would happen.
The tubes are just flinging everywhere. One like flies out of his skin, and presumably you guys are backing up a little bit, I guess. As this is going on,
Actually,
go ahead.
well, I would like to try to stabilize him if I could.
Stabilize him. Okay. Well, let's talk about that. What do you have a doctor skill, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is here. Let's check your talents. Doctor, you get +1 die when rolling for logic to stabilize a broken person. Medical equipment will give you gear dice if you add. Do you have any medical gear? You have Medidose,
I have
injecting?
one Medidose, but I don't really want to use that because it's like a one-time use. But if this is like a medical ward, I assume there's tools around. Can I pick up a tool that I think would be useful?
Yeah, I'll say there's something around. Yeah. Why don't you give me a roll and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So you're going to roll for logic. And you're going to get a +1. So your logic is... Where's your logic? Your logic is 4. So that means you get 5 dice. So that's how it works. And I'll say you find... yeah, I'll say you find another item that you believe can help you. So I'll give you a gear dice as well. So you can roll 6 dice for this activity. Okay. I forgot to mention, you can push rolls in this game if you like. But there's a consequence. You lose hope, I believe.
That's fine.
Okay. So,
push it.
Oh, you're going to push it. Okay, so the way pushing rolls in this game is any dice except 1s or 6s, you can re-roll. So that is 5 dice. It looks like you rolled 1-1. Okay. So, yeah, you get multiple successes, which is great. So, yeah, you stabilize him. He seems to calm down. You do whatever doctorly things you're doing. And he opens his mouth slowly. And he breathes out these large dark flakes, and they kind of just are tumbling through the air as if, yeah, you back up a little bit. And I need you to roll me an insight, please, as this happens. And I'm going to give you a +1 because you did. So why don't you roll me another die? Okay, so you failed. Do you want to try to push this roll at all? That would make you lose another hope.
Can I regain hope in any way? I probably should have asked that before.
Yeah, you can. And also people can help you. So like Jan, for instance, could take your lost hope when you're pushing a roll. So let me pull up the pushing a roll rules really quick just to make sure we got this going on. Going right.
It's on 19.
So pushing the roll, yeah, you can only push it once per activity. We already talked about the base dice, gear dice. Yeah, you lose 1 hope if you roll 1 or more 1s when pushing. Oh, sorry. So it's only if you roll a 1.
Wait.
And then help, the way help works is whenever someone helps you with a roll, you get 1 extra base die, and a maximum of 3 explorers may help you, thus adding 3 base dice total.
And so this is a question I had real quick. How I read it is if someone helps you, they automatically lose a hope to even try to help you, right?
Yeah, I just
and then they also lose 1 for every 1.
Correct.
So like it costs to help.
Yeah, so decrease hope by 1 when helping in addition to any 1s rolled by the other explorer on the pushed rolls. So if Jan hypothetically would want to help you, You rolled 1-1, so he would basically take 2. He would lose 2 hope if he wanted to help you. But I mean, you seem to have. How much hope do you have?
6.
Okay, so I mean, you can suffer more. You can lose more hope if you'd like.
Wait, so what?
Point of order. You lose 1 hope for every 1 that you roll. And in the last time you pushed a roll, you lost 2.
Okay, so I've lost 2 total. Oh,
So far, yeah.
okay.
So you don't have 6, you got 4.
What? Oh, well, currently.
Yes.
So if I help, did that just add another dice?
It costs you a hope.
Yeah.
She gets 1 extra dice, but on her reroll, if she rolls any ones, you lose hope for all the ones that she rolls too.
Okay, because I've got 8 hopes, so yeah, I'll sacrifice 1 to help.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of reads that you just decrease hope by 1 when helping. So I don't know if, like, she gets another dice by helping. I think he just absorbs the lost hope. At least that's how I read it. But maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, it's no big deal. We can go that way.
I can re-roll.
Yeah, because you only tried to push the other roll, right? Not this roll yet.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you can. So anything that's not
2 or 3?
anything that's not a. So you rolled 1-1, right? So a 5-2-1-5. So you can roll 3. Oh no! Oh, 2 1s. Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, that's.
It's really hard to roll 6s.
It can be.
1 in 6 chance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, not a great.
So what I need you to do is take 1 blight, and you also lose 2 more hope.
All right.
Do I lose the hope?
Or are you helping?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you take the hope loss.
Okay.
So you'd lose 2 hope, Jan.
How do I take a blight? Is that like removes a health or something?
No, not health. I think it's despair. What's on your sheet? Let me look at your sheet. Or is it heart? I think it's heart.
I remove a heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let's play it that way. Unless you guys want to look it up while we're talking. But anyway, so yeah, you hear him. So you suffer a bit of this. Some of these flakes crumble into the air and you breathe them in and you suffer a little bit of this blight. And he gasps. He actually speaks. And his eyes go wide open and they are jet black. And they almost appear as if they're crawling with something. And he says, "The city! Have you seen the city?" And then he just kind of collapses back. So his back was like arched and he was, convulsing and spasming, coughing out these black flakes. And then he settles down. And the doctor barges in. "What is going on in here? What are you doing to my patient?"
We didn't do anything. You just started talking.
And what did
You
he
mentioned the
say?
city.
City.
You know anything about that?
Ship City, perhaps? I mean, the city everyone talks about, but there's no cities around here. It's just a dead rock. I think it's time for you two to leave.
All right. I'm just about to leave anyway.
As we walk out, I'm gonna go ahead and slip one of my Sira leaves to him, like next to him by this pillow.
Okay.
Calm his nerves.
Okay. You're like the
Jan's the plug here. Like,
yeah, he's like the generous drug dealer over here, giving everybody his drugs. Okay.
I'm gonna pocket the medical tool. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you can just jot it down.
It's gonna write medical tool.
Yeah, right. Medical tool. Sure. You can add that to your list of gear. Okay, so you do this. You lay the little Cirrus leaf down. You take the tool. The doctor seems to be flustered and doesn't notice you taking it. So, are you guys sticking around? Are you saying anything? Or are you just leaving?
Well, I could probably use a bite to eat. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too.
So the canteen it is, huh? Okay, so back to the canteen, where Jeraman and Messina are having a, or Messima are having a conversation with Zira Vandal. They learned her name was, and also Messima discovered that she's probably not being completely truthful in what she's saying. But yeah, you guys walk in. Everybody turns. She notices you enter and stands up again. Ah, the rest are here. Grass wine, anyone? You look like you could use it. And she's
Jan's
speaking
gonna shake
to
his
Yana.
head and yeah, Jan's gonna shake his head and all these black flakes are gonna go flying off.
All the
one grass wine, please.
Are you going to join them at the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Karima?
Yeah.
Okay, so magically enough, there's extra chairs. They pull some out over there, and you guys can all have a seat around this table. Wow, we're getting quite the party here, aren't we?
Yeah. This is Karima and Jan. Thanks for joining us, guys. This is what was her name? Zena?
Zira. Z-E-R, Zira.
Zira.
Z-E-R-A.
Yeah, Zira. She actually showed up about a week because you guys came in on that big fancy white ship, right?
Oh, yeah, we hitched a ride with Richie Rich Pants over there. Yeah, but can't complain.
That's quite the vessel. Yeah. So that's not yours. That's somebody
else's.
else's.
Oh, no. Yeah. Not mine. Not ours. Not by a long shot. That belongs to. Let me find his name. His name is Itrepo Miramira. Silly name, but goes around wearing a mask all the time. Fancy robes, as they do. Yeah, he strangely enough offered us very cheap passage over here, and yeah, it's really gonna help our margin, I think, on this repair job.
Interesting, yeah, because they said their maintenance. Isn't that interesting, guys? That's why they wear these bright orange jumpsuits, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it designates us as who we are, as our class of worker, as well as, we're easy to spot each other.
Right.
In the darkness too, because sometimes it gets dark, especially when your lights go out. You can see a little bit of the fluorescent glow of the threads.
Yeah.
Do we see Mira, Lord Mira somewhere?
Mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
No, there is no richly dressed individual wearing a mask in this area.
Now, I do have a question, because you guys arrived before us. Now, did you hear anything about this whole operation that went haywire?
Oh, just minor details, missing prospecting crew. I mean, they go missing all the time, especially when dealing with the strange and mysterious that we find on these asteroids and different areas. So, I don't know them personally, but yeah. Talk gets around. Word gets around.
Right. Like what kind of talk are you talking about?
Well, I heard they ventured into some great fissure in the asteroid itself, and have not been found except one gentleman who I hear is in the medical ward, not doing so well, afflicted with blight, terribly, terribly so. Thankfully, our repair jobs aren't taking us there today. Oh, we got invited to a dinner as well. I mean, were you guys? Presumably, you are. I mean, the chief says that is what they do here when things go dark. I guess. I'm really anxious to see the observatory. It seems I'm sure the view of Mubara is quite brilliant from that vantage. Anyway, and she claps her hands and says, I think it's about time to head over. I think we're going to get cleaned up a little bit and see you for dinner.
Yeah, we can't be as fancy as that that ship you brought in. We have our own clothes. You guys dress in orange. We just look like a bunch of badasses. But we're gonna get cleaned up and we'll see you at dinner, right, y'all?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Great. So she gathers her crew, her workers, and they head on out after downing the rest of their grass wine.
Now, children, tell us what you guys learned over at the medical thingamabob. What you find out?
We met the doctor. Not the best doctor, if you ask me. We met Rez. That's his name, right? Rez. He is not. His prognosis is not good. He seems to be on his way out, but I was able to work a little magic and found out he can speak a little, and he mentioned something about a city. What exactly did he say?
The city. Have you seen the city?
Have you seen the city? Yeah. Have you seen the city?
A ship city or what?
Potentially, that seems to be the only city around, unless there's some hidden city in that chasm they went down in.
That'd be a distinct possibility. I don't know why anyone would be mumbling about ship city, especially
Yeah.
out here.
Like Asteroid City?
Who knows?
Well, I think we've all come to the conclusion that there's more here going on than just simple just delve seems like there's more going on. Our boss lady's shady. These orange jumpsuits are shady.
The doctor was
It's
pretty
just-
shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pateric's been telling me shit's messed up in my ear for the past 45 minutes straight. I believe him at this point.
Well, it's a good bird. It's a good bird. Gotta pay attention. Let's just keep our eyes peeled and our ears open and get this job done and get out of here. Sound good?
Sounds
Yep.
good,
All right.
Daddy.
All right.
Felt so
Before we get to that though, let's why don't we clean up, head over, get some of that supper, and get prepared because the next 3 days are in darkness, and I don't know, something's itching in the back of my mind. I feel like this is gonna be an interesting one. Let's eat up. Let's rest well.
Right, daddy.
There it is.
Right.
Okay. You guys are heading to the observatory then? Yep.
That's where dinner is.
Yep, that is where it is. So you guys make your way to the observatory, and it's this fantastic room. There's about a dozen or so individuals sitting here. You can see the glory of Mubara glaring through the glass dome on the ceiling. And there's a who appears to be the chef. He is making his way about the tables, placing strange items, not just the food, but other strange things. So what you guys see, he seems to be a very chatty person. He's kind of talking to each person as he passes by them. And you see a strangely shaped mineral block sitting on the table. You see an old hand-painted vase, and you also see a delving helmet sitting on the table, which these are odd kind of artifacts to be sitting on a dinner table, but either way, you're not sure of the customs of this place. But you do recognize that the doctor, in fact, that is here, the one that Chimera and Jan met. He kind of scowls at you and turns away, having a conversation with another individual. You also see the chief here, Calvinites, and you see a very, very strange man. And he seems to be quite interested. He's the only one who stands when you enter, and this is what he looks like. So he is wearing very, very finely cut robes. And he's wearing a strange mask, a very, very old mask.
I, for one, cannot believe we get to show that filth on YouTube.
What? What filth?
Be lucky,
Rorschach.
podcast listeners.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The lucky podcast listeners. So, yeah, you see this guy standing here looking at you, a strange visage. He's kind of dividing his time between looking at you four and the great gas giant looming above.
Would you say the pattern on his mask would resemble a glyph?
You can't quite identify it. It's sort of, it seems artistic in nature, not necessarily like there's any kind of other qualities behind it.
Okay.
So he nods to you. He doesn't speak to you whatsoever, and flourishes his robe and has a seat. And he's kind of preening at the hair at the back of his neck nervously, or well, you think nervously. And dinner is served. So this catches your eye, Jan. The cook comes around to you serendipitously, and you notice the scent of sirah. These are, however, dumplings, as well as grass wine. And you flare your nostrils at it. It is quite an enticing dish. And the chief stands up after everybody's served, and she seems to be back to her nervous self that you observed earlier. And she raises a glass and says, welcome, everyone. This is a fine day to be in your presence, to have you here to hopefully save the ones who have been lost. And maybe meet some new friends. And she kind of looks at everybody individually. I'm sorry, that's all I have. And there's just kind of this awkward silence that permeates the room. And the Coriolite, the man with the mask, you hear like kind of a high-pitched chuckle behind it. And everybody kind of looks at him briefly. And he shrugs. And he begins to eat his food. He kind of pushes his mask forward and feeds himself that way. He doesn't remove it entirely. And then you kind of, it seems like he's almost disgusted by it. And he pushes it away from him. Everybody else seems to be digging in. You guys are more than welcome to dig in as well.
Is this the person who had that white shuttle?
You deduce so, because he appears to be a Coriolite. And you don't see any other ones around here. But yeah.
Interesting.
Now, are people milling about? We're still like having a sit-down dinner.
Correct. Yeah. You're having a sit-down dinner. People are kind of talking to people that are next to them.
Is the are the chairs next to our Mira friend? Are they available?
Yeah. So once he pushed away his dish, one of the other people kind of got up and discussed, thinking maybe it's disrespectful, and moved away.
So I'm gonna take my dish, because I'm always eating. And I'm gonna head over to one of the empty chairs by Mr. Mira.
Okay. You take a seat.
How you doing?
Oh, fine, Lee. How are you doing, friend? What is your name?
My name is Messima Kander Mall. You
Ah.
might have heard of me. My family.
Perhaps, but I'm sure you have heard of me. It's Repo Mira. And he kind of waits for you to have any kind of recognition.
Do I? I don't know why I said that in the character's voice. Do I recognize?
You don't.
Mira?
You don't. But
I will act as if I do. Of course I have. Now, do me a solid and remind me what industry are you in?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So, I know why you're here. He kind of quiets his voice a little bit. You're here to go to the fissure to rescue these missing individuals. But we all know what lurks in those places. We all know why they were truly there, what they were looking for. And that is, and he steeples his fingers, artifacts. I know there must be something of value there. And I'll tell you what. If you bring me back an artifact, or 2 or 3 or 4, however many you have, I would like to generously compensate you. And I can assure you it is far, far more than whatever the chief is paying. I'll tell you what. I don't even know what they're paying, but I will quadruple their offering for whatever you bring me back. 4,000 dirham? I would be so grateful. What do you think? And while you guys are talking, the cook brings around more food, and he still ignores it completely. And he stands up. I'll let you think about it a moment. And he walks away from the table and starts observing the dome, the where the moon is. Or not the moon, sorry, the gas giant.
So before he leaves, I'm gonna say, I don't know. You said 4,000 for a major artifact. That's not 4 times what we were offered.
What are you offered? And don't lie to me. I can get the figures from the chief.
1,500. 1,500.
1,500. Oh.
That's right.
I suppose my pockets are deep enough. I care more about the
Interesting.
beauty of the old world and the mysteries it holds than of mere currency.
Of course you do. You are a noble. But I will talk this over with my. Well, it's not my crew. It's Daddy's crew, of course. But I will talk it over with them and see what we can arrange.
Very well, very well. I will sit here and devour the light of the moon, or of Mubara. This food doesn't interest me, but the glorious light does. It must be so ancient, full of mysteries itself. And he kind of drifts, trails off.
Does he seem like just a very like inflated ego kind of Elon Musk character? Or is
Yeah,
he just lying through his teeth?
He seems very genuine. Yeah, he appears like he has wealth. You saw the ship that he presumably flew in on, which you know is incredibly expensive. So there's really no reason for you to believe that he's not telling the truth. Of his worth, anyway.
All right, I will head on over to my crew and tell them everything that this guy just said.
Okay. So he tells
So
you
we-
all of that? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I do, and I managed to hike up the price, so we could get 6,000 dirhams per major artifact.
Well, I mean, good job talking, but you know we ain't doing that. This is a job directly from Master Mosca, specifically to this person, and as part of the guild, we do honor the contracts we have, and one of those is to specifically give our artifacts to this lady. So, I mean, we can keep pumping this pompous ass for information, but artifacts will go to the boss lady, and we will stay in good standing with our master at the guild.
Well, hold on now. Why can't we do both? Now, if I remember correctly, Pateric's not on that contract, and if he were to find an artifact or two, theoretically, those would be up for giving to the nice man with the mask on.
Jan, I gotta ask you a question. Is this Jan's view or is this German's view? Because if it was Jan's view, you could put your reputation on the line. But since this is German's view, I'm going to keep my reputation in high standing.
Yes, sir. You're
Our
right, Daddy. I'm
reputation.
sorry.
Our reputation in high standing. A couple dirham ain't worth it. We got a long career ahead of us, hopefully.
You can't ask Daddy about these things when the moon is full, you know. He gets antsy.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
So as you guys are chatting, time passes. People are finishing their meals, drinking alcohol, perhaps more than they should be. And Jan, the chief, kind of sidles up next to you. And she's clearly pretty drunk. And she's, oh, that stuff you gave me earlier really did the trick. I feel like I can trust you. You helped me when I needed it the most. Anyway, you need to be really, really careful. These people, and she kind of like holds her glass, spilling some grass wine out of it, and waves it across everybody. They're not who they seem. They want things that aren't theirs. There's something that's mine down there in the fissure, and I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. On this outpost, on everything I have and everything I worked for, you bring that thing down there to me, and I will cut you in on it. I have a great buyer. Pay far more than that freak over there wearing the mask. So, please, you've helped me once. I know you can help me again. And she winks at you and kind of stands up, almost falls over. Think on it, think on it. And I think that's where we're going to stop tonight, everybody. With Coriolis, the Great Dark. Didn't make it to the Delve yet, but we'll make 2 next week. Thank you for joining us. Those who are still hanging out on the stream, also thank you for watching this far if you're watching on the VOD. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully it won't happen next time. And yeah, we're going to play next week as well. Maybe wrap the adventure up. We'll see. Maybe not. I think we will. And yeah, don't forget, only a few more hours on the Kickstarter if you want to back it to get a taste of more of this, us stumbling through this adventure. But thanks for hanging out, Jacob, and everybody else. Who else was in the chat? We had Z Rocks, and we had no one who was actually someone. But yeah, thanks everybody. And before we drop, Ryan, anything you want to announce about the weekly scroll coming up?
Oh yeah, we had some fun stuff drop this week. Definitely go check out our interview with Astro Prisma from last Friday. Great game, great creator. Definitely has, I think, maybe a little bit less than 2 weeks left on that project on Kickstarter. Got some great information on that. Check that out. Tomorrow we're going to be reviewing Into the Bronze from Guilherme Gontijo. On Friday we're going to be doing a Tacticians of actual play test Tacticians of from Meat Castle, Christian Sorrell. Great creator, great editor, big, well known in the scene. Definitely want to check that out. And then, next Friday, we'll be having our Not Cat Chats 3, and potentially on Monday, we'll be doing part 2 of our trophy side quest. We'll be doing trophy gold. So a lot of stuff coming up in the next 2 weeks before hopefully it calms down again. But that's what's going on the Weekly Scroll podcast here on the Adventure.
Cool. All right. Well, we will see you next week with part 2 of Coriolis, the Great Dark, and see what these fools get up to, and maybe we get some delving going on. So thanks again for watching. Oh man. See you next time.